But having some thoughts about that Kanye West situation. Because I do view Kanye as being, I take him at his word that he's, driven by a higher power. And in recent times when he's just walked straight into the hornet's nest, he's not done a good job of it, but he has got the proper reaction for just walking straight into the Jew hornet's nest. It's like, that's the way to tackle it. It's like, walk straight into the hornet's nest, be a pioneer and get it wrong. And let's just measure the reaction, the knee-jerk reaction that the world of power that can punish you, let's say the forces that can punish you, can punish anyone, how they react to having that cage rattled. He did that absolutely brilliantly, and it's like, well, that's lost because I think I'm the only one who's picked up on what a brilliant thing that is to do. And it's like, oh, well, I've talked about that being a good idea for myself a few times. Like, if given opportunity to, if ever I was put in a position as to where to crusade, it's like I'd crusade and have an open and honest conversation about, when we say Jews, what do we really mean? And an open conversation about, like, anti-Semitism, witch hunting, scapegoating. They be the progenitors of social justice. It's like the art was mastered by the Jews and the ADL. All them lobbying groups, all them who made it so anti-Semitism could be the end of your career if you were ever to be said to, and then it'd be, at the same time, people who are absolutely disgusting and unscrupulous hide behind that and use it as a shield. So can get away with literal murder by, how dare you? You've just got a problem with Jews, that's your problem. It'd be a matter of a weapon they could reach for, and they'd mastered the art, and that's why there's like an animosity against Jews in places like Hollywood. It's like, yeah, but it's been used as a bat to beat people with. It's been used as a way of punishing people. It's like, there's some bad Jews in the world. It's like, I'll point to bad Jews and be like, you want to get rid of those bad Jews? And it's like, why? It's like, because they use the anti-Semitism thing as a weapon to keep eyes away, to frighten people off, as say, could be the end of your career if you talk about this, because a bit anti-Semitic. I mean, after all, he's a Jew, isn't he? And that'd be enough to silence some, and it'd be pathetic. And then nobody gives a shit about anyone saying anything anti-Semitic until you bring up the name George Soros, and they say, well, that's an anti-Semitic meme to say that he's a Jew, when he is, and he's up to no good, and he funds all this. Biggest donor to the Democratic Party still, isn't he, Soros? And it's, well, he's a Jew, and it's like, it's anti-Semitic to talk about George Soros. I mean, no, that's an individual. That's exactly what you should be talking about. Talk about individuals. That'd be the end of your anti-Semitism bullshit witch hunts. It's just, let's talk about individuals who do fuck things and hide behind anti-Semitism, like George Soros does. So bust it wide open, bust the dam open by walking straight in and seeing what happens. He walked in, see straight what happens, and people have to punish him to be seen to be on the side of right. He blew it wide open, but he hasn't exploited it. He hasn't taken it any further. His next move is he's teaming up with Nick Fuentes, who, to my mind, he's a low-level, quite dumb, like, brave because stupid political agitator, and he's a rich kid who has got money to always turn up. It's like, this guy's somebody who lights fires and runs away. He's somebody who throws stones at people and then chuckles from the other side of the river. It's like, Nick Fuentes? He just doesn't know much about anything. He's a provocateur, nothing more, nothing less. Doesn't pretend to be an intellectual. He's a provocateur, and he said some fucking stupid things, and it's like, I don't even know what side he's on. He would claim to be a man of the sort of conservative or right, but it's a matter of doesn't behave like it. It's like he's a player. You bring him in, and then you bring in another player. It's like Milo. I mean, Milo is a good player, but it's like Milo's an attack dog. He's like at his best at someone's throat. He's not there to be the sort of management or brains of some kind of presidential campaign. It's like, this is patently ridiculous, this runs for president. And it's like, I'm like, this is patently ridiculous. And if you've necroed Milo, who's got to you in ways where it's like, a guy like me, I've made videos about Kanye, so he got me up, I'm on Twitter. Yeah. Well, Milo does it and he looks him up. And it's like, Milo's got lots of good qualities, but good qualities in that he's a really dangerous person, as to where he wrote an autobiography. He had a ghost-written autobiography. Dangerous. And it's like, yeah, Milo, you're a dangerous person. Dangerous people are useful in dangerous times. So you're that guy. So you're a dog of war, a pit bull. You're a protector and an attack dog. It's like, you shouldn't be running nothing. And it'd be a matter of Kanye for president. And they're sat there, and you've got Tim Pool, and when they say milk toast, he just lame. Tim Pool is really worried about upsetting people, like really, really worried about upsetting people. He's one of the most, in that he talks so much, I find him just guarded and naive about all kinds of things. If he doesn't know about it, doesn't exist. That kind of guy. So it's like, I ain't got nothing against him. I reckon he's probably done more good than harm than Luke Gradowski. It's like, he's fixed. It's like he's of the anti-war left, who's then found himself on the other side of the fence because the left have pushed him out. So it's like, he's oldie worldy Alex Jones, conspiracy theorist, 9/11 guy. 9/11. So it's like, he's a conspiracy theory guy. And then as well as that, he's done some on-the-ground activism, quite a lot of it. So Luke Gradowski, he sits there like he's a titan. And so does Tim Pool. And then you get Milo, who comes in, he is a titan. But he sits there and he mouths off like a titan as well. These are all players. Nick Fuentes, player. And Kanye West, they pussyfooted around the question of the issue of the you've been talking out about the Jews. And this is the only part of the whole process that I fucking understood. Was when he says, what did he say? You playing me? He's got up, fucked up. That's the only part of the process of what's gone on in the last couple of weeks with him that makes sense to me, that he would just realise that this is a ridiculous idea. And what he's doing is off the beat. And it's like, what you were doing 3-4 weeks ago and 5 weeks ago, it's like, could be seen to be psyops, good ones. But it's like, you didn't capitalise on what you showed, because it's like you were mindless walking into it. You didn't capitalise on what you demonstrated. And now you've decided to fall into bed with these players and run for president with Milo Yiannopolous. It's like, you couldn't write a better sitcom. It's like, I was talking the other week, spitballing, just ridiculous ideas. Oh, what, you want a sitcom? Right, we'll have it where... And you just throw 10 things together that are ridiculous and, you know, for a laugh. Improvise. Let's think about it. It's like, if you were to say Kanye West runs for president and Milo Yiannopolous as his campaign manager with Nick Fuentes back, are you for fucking real? It's like, who else are they going to bring in? So let's get Salty Cracker in to be our press officer. And what? Now? Stunts like this late in the day? Stunts? Stunts? I think Kanye was the only smart guy in the room. And I think he decided to fuck off, because in that moment it dawned on him. Because, as I say, I do believe him when he says that he's driven by an higher power. But you see the spirit leave him when he decided he weren't playing no more, and he just walked out of the room. Smartest movies made in weeks. Sat there. Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got a feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair. And I'm wondering how I'm getting downstairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. And God be like, this is fucking lame. It's like, you got free will, Kanye. Are you a brave guy? Have you got the ability to, like, just now cut your losses and just get the fuck out of here? And it be, yes, boss, gone. I'm like, yeah, it's like, that's what it's like, Kanye, the journey. It's like the journey of being guided by a higher power. It's like sometimes that higher power thinks you're lame. And it takes you a while to catch up. And then you catch up and you're like, oh, fuck. I've got leftist fucking dickhead titans here who don't listen to no one, think they know everything. I've got the fucking Tweedledum and Tweedledee of the fucking God-bothering right, who are pimps who've learned a new grift. Dangerous fellows. They're not serious people. Running for president? Really? Gone. That was the best part.